Our client was a UK citizen. He was a specialist banking security systems expert, and he was contracted to a European bank who had operations in Hong Kong. His contract was with a European main contractor, and he was subcontracted into them, but he'd been working for that group of banks in a number of different countries for 3 or 4 years. And at this point in time, the Hong Kong branch of this European bank needed to have our client in Hong Kong on the ground doing the thing that he did. And this was due to last for approximately 6 months. The problem was that because of the difference or the disconnection between the European bank HQ, the primary contractor in Europe, the subcontractor who was our client, and the actual bank in Hong Kong itself, the bank in Hong Kong itself wasn't in a position, wasn't prepared to engage in any kind of sponsorship for an employment visa for this subcontractor to be in their facilities in Hong Kong to provide these particular services. So our client came into our hands, and after having done quite a bit of research and spoken to a number of immigration consultants in Hong Kong, hadn't really been able to fathom how he was able to, or would be able to, deliver on this particular project, seeing him physically located in Hong Kong. Specifically, how he was going to do it without the sponsorship of the Hong Kong branch itself. So we advised him that the smart thing to do would be to establish a representative office of his service company that was incorporated in the UK, and through that representative office transfer himself into Hong Kong, have that representative office sponsor him for his employment visa for a limited period of time. In this case, the project was due to last 4 months, and effectively allow that representative office to be the sponsor of his immigration status. This then effectively meant that we could show the necessary chain of contracts all the way back through to the parent entity, the parent bank I should say, in the UK, and that UK bank was effectively able to have our client deploy himself in Hong Kong to provide those services without the engagement in any way, shape or form of the local branch of that particular European bank. And even though the project was only due to last for 4 months, we explained to the immigration department that it's probably going to run over time, because these things normally do, so we were able to get him an employment visa for a total of 9 months. So that was the project completed, and the client was very happy. Of course, subsequently what happened was that as a result of him being on the ground in Hong Kong, new opportunities presented themselves, and the representative office that he'd established with his UK company was not allowed to carry on a business in Hong Kong because of the nature of the entity itself, the registrations with the Inland Revenue Department, who was here just as a facilitator of his immigration permissions. So the client made the determination that he was going to re-domicile his UK business into Hong Kong. He established a limited liability company incorporated in Hong Kong. He closed down the representative office of his UK company, and with the significant amount of funds that he had available to him, he was able to go down the route of getting a fully fledged investment visa. Subsequently, he secured another contract with another European bank once the first contract project period was over, and on the strength of that particular project and the fact that he was able to demonstrate to the immigration department that he was in a position to make a substantial contribution to the economy of Hong Kong, the immigration department granted him an extension for a further 12 months on the strength of his own investment visa permissions.